Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Welcome to ReZero episode 3. But thanks everyone for coming back. Today we're going to go ahead and get into... Oops, sorry about that. That's my headphones and everything on the side. We're going to go ahead and get into ReZero episode 3. I am really excited to go ahead and deep dive into this once again. With that being said, the next anime that we're going to have to go ahead and look into is Death Note, then Mob Psycho 100. And if you guys have any other suggestions, anything else that you guys want me to go ahead and look into, feel free to drop it down below in the comments and I'll look into it. And of course, if you guys have any other videos, anything else, let me know. If you guys are liking the way that I'm doing the reactions, 100%, like so far I've gotten pretty good comments. However, if you guys feel I should change things up a little bit, hit me up, dude. I'm pretty open. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So right off the bat, this concept about her being, I guess Satala, apparently, right, the witch or whatever, is making a full run through. And if I'm going to be exact with this, right, this kind of proves the point that I was talking about in the earlier episodes. For those of you that are new, hi, welcome to the channel. I've been, adding on to the theories that I've been building up since episode 1. It kind of goes to show the point that, it's be pretty hard to live in a world like that where you can't really make a lot of friends, right? At least personally for me, looking into something like that, if someone thought that I was this, evil individual and no one wants to get close to me because of that, I would feel pretty lonely and those walls would be up. I feel bad for Subaru because at this point, he's in a shitty position to be in between both sides, right? Because one side's not going to believe him that, he's with her and, she's not going to believe that, she's with them or he's with them. So it's a weird situation to be caught up in. Just thought I should point that out. Anyway, let's continue. Exactly. Catch yourself there, mate. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Okay, whoa. Holy shit. So, now she appeared earlier than what I expected, right? Because she's supposed to appear around this time for negotiations, as stated in the earlier videos. Which, as I said, I have a theory that it has to be someone wealthy, someone with power in the country to go ahead and give her, 10 holy coins or 20 holy coins for the insignia. So it's someone with power. But Puck just responded so naturally to Subaru there when he called for him to come out and protect her. Does this mean that aside from all the information, all the knowledge coming through to him, Puck being a spirit and everything, is he responding because of a sense of familiarity? Or just out of the need to protect the white-haired girl? So, just something. Anyway, let's go. Fight scene. I love Subaru. Alright, before we find out why he's done buying time, Subaru's great. Oh my god. So something I do have to point out is, these off-the-cuff intuition moments where it just comes to him and you can tell that, shit might go wrong almost quickly, but he's so committed to the act. I don't know why he's trying to be so chivalrous, right? Trying to prostrate himself as this person of power or whatever. But it's nice to see that he is okay with being open about his feelings and open about calling for help, at least with Reinhardt and now with Puck. So yeah. Ooh. Ooh. This is some like Black Widow stuff up in here. Oh shit, guys. Okay, had to stop it, guys. Real quick, let me write it down. So I think this has happened before where Subaru overshoots something, and I'm not sure if it's just like a character flaw, like, you know, his own personal character flaw. But, you know, he mentions like, oh, this is in the bag if it's in a battle of attrition, right? But in a war, right, sort of a battle of attrition, sort of like the last thing that you want to go ahead and do, aside from losing, of course, right? In psychology, if you just go for a battle of attrition, you're essentially just settling for surviving, right? And he's had this mentality where it's like, if it doesn't, I don't know how to put it, if it doesn't go up his way or like the way that he's planning to do things, like, of course he'd rather go ahead and start over like he did last life. But like in this situation, right, he completely forgets that Puck has to go back at like 5 p.m. or whatever, and now, you know, he has to deal with Elsa again. So it's just something to think about. I've seen it pop up like once or twice, and I rewatched my video, of course, and I was like, it's interesting how prideful this individual is, and like sort of the mentality that he has. I wonder how his childhood was growing up to go ahead and give him this mentality, and how it affected him in the first episode. Maybe he didn't have a lot of friends, or maybe, you know, he might have tried to overcompensate for having so many friends. He looks like the individual that, like, as I said, social responsibilities probably impacted him a lot, and he had to like keep upping his own ante or whatever that may be, right? Because doing the chivalrous act and everything that's happened in episode 1 and 2, that's sort of my guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm close or if I'm not. No spoilers, please. But let's go ahead and keep going. What? Damn, dude. What does it Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Damn. Okay, so then she is really committed not only to staying alive, but like enough to rip off like the skin of your feet to start bleeding. Yikes. Also, I'm not sure if this is like a sort of like a plot hole or something, right? Not really a plot hole, but in the previous episode when Puck was going to disappear, he told the white-haired girl that like to call on him, right? To call on him even if it was after dark if she needed him. So now he's just disappearing even though she needs him. It's just, I'm questioning that at the moment. Let me know what you guys. Oh. And question answered. That was a really good way to get around that. Holy shit. Alright. That completely satisfied my question there. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, it stopped it right there. First off, I mean, if you're gonna be in a fight, right? Be in the fight, man. Don't let it, like, try and strategize. If you outnumber the opponent, if the opponent is stronger than you, clearly almost every way, outsmart them. Because in this situation, going one on one into this dance battle, or like, not really a dance battle, but like, she's calling it a dance, but into an actual battle, you're gonna lose against a stronger opponent, dude. Come on. Ooh.
その間にお前は全力で逃げろ。なんだそりゃ、私に結膜って逃げるってのか。そうだ、結膜って尻尾巻いて逃げちまえ。お前は15で俺は18。多分お前がこの中で一番年下ってことになる。したらお前が生きる確率が一番高いとか選ぶのが当たり前だ。当たり前なんだよ。なんだよそれ。ふざけんな、さっきまでブルってた。
Alright, I'm gonna pause right there. So it's interesting how in the face of danger and fear when it comes to this girl in particular, I'm not talking about Felt, I'm talking about the white-haired girl, Subaru gets the courage to go ahead and do something about it. It's flight or fight, right? And there's actually another thing in psychology. It's fight, flight, or freeze, right? And we've clearly seen Subaru do all three throughout the episodes, right? So in the first one, he froze up, right? And the next one, or first one he tried to run, second one he froze up. In this one, he's actually choosing to fight, right? And I wonder if that's a considerate theme where, this white-haired girl is in trouble, and because of his attachment issues, he puts himself in harm's way over and over to return by death to try and make sure that, like, everything goes, and, like, he has this hero complex, or this, like, chivalrous knight complex about him, right? Where he fails, he's learning. He fails, he's learning. He thinks he's learned enough, so he's like, even though he's scared to death, he's telling Felt to go ahead and run and get help or whatever. Just interesting, something I thought I'd throw out there.
秘められた真の力とかがあるなら、今のうちに出しといた方がいいと思うぜ。切り札はあるけど、使うと私以外は誰も残らないわよ。自爆は勘弁。お願いだから早まらないでね。使ったりしないわよ。まだ一生懸命あなたが。
Oh, my heart. Alright, that was beautiful. Okay, wow, that was really beautiful for her to go ahead and say that, If she has this trump card, I think in a weird position, it shows that she cares about other individuals that are out there, even though she has this perception that people don't want to be around her, that people hate her because she might seem like the witch or whatever that may be, right? I'm just putting this together from context clues, especially from the previous two episodes. So it's nice to see that she has this kind-hearted nature. I wonder what her past is. I wonder if she, like, how it was growing up, especially knowing that people don't like you or people hate you or people think that you're related to the witch or whatever that may be. Ouch, that's all I gotta say, and that's very kind-hearted of her to do. It's very empathetic, I would say. So, no. Nice back kick. Failed. Wait, Reinhardt? That sounded like him. Oof. Oof. Alright. I think that was... So, as previously stated, right, because Subaru called for help in the first two, right, or in the last run-through, or this run-through, my bad, actually, calling for help and telling him where he was going to be at, and him telling Subaru that he seemed like a suspicious individual, like, the clothes that he was wearing, Lagunikas might be in war, whatever may be happening, right? And Felt, of course, going out and crying. I did not expect Felt to actually be brave enough to go and cry to Reinhardt, right? Because, as I mentioned, the ecological model, or Bronfenbrenner's ecological model, right, or the sociological imagination, it takes a lot for Felt, or for anyone in the swamps, really, to trust anybody of a higher power, right? So, once again, wow, that is impressive to see him there, and hopefully the The tide of war changes because even I'm like, ooh, if this is dire. Oh. Pause. Oh, that whole thing, my heart, like, the way that felt just looked at Reinhardt and, his, like, very well, I'll help you. It's kind of funny because, like, even in this shot, wow, it's, like, in still frame, or while it was in still frame, I'm pretty sure for you guys watching, uh, it kind of shows what a real knight looks like versus what a faux knight looks like. Uh, Real knight being the Reinhardt, of course, and the faux knight being Subaru, who perceives himself as this knight figure or this chivalrous individual that like tries to stand for what is right. It is just an interesting thing to look at, and at the same time, when a person has power versus when a person doesn't have power, but they have the same attitudes about evil per se, right? Just an interesting perspective on that. Oh, the old man.
ロムジ、生きてたのか。まだ安心はできない。すぐに治療しないと。いいのか。このじいさん、お前の気象を盗んだ一味だからよ。無事に治ってもらって、その恩を逆手に情報を聞き出すの。命の恩人相手なら嘘なんてきっとつかないわ。これも私のための行為よ。
Ooh, here we go. Here we go, guys. Oof. Ooh, that roundhouse kick. Eat shit. Let's go. He hasn't even taken out his sword. He just beat you up. Like a straight up roundhouse kick. Oh, questioning exactly as I was saying. What a badass. It's not, you're underneath me. I don't need to take out the sword. Oof. You're so plain, I'll fight you with this sword. Wow. Alright, this is a fucking fight sequence here. He disarmed her one hit? What? Subaru must know, yep. Oof. Oof. Alright, I am pausing it right there real quick. Subaru coming in with the support, yo. And that's... I would not be surprised, right, if we were to divvy this up. Not even support, but inspiration or, like, knowledge, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this is his main role throughout the whole series, right? Or, like, of course, dying, coming back, returned by death, that whole concept. But if he keeps coming back and he keeps telling people or inspiring people or changing the way that they're looking at the world or a specific issue, right? And sort of trying to get the world along the right path. Granted, as I mentioned before, there are a lot of ethical issues, philosophical issues that may come with that, such as why is it right? What is right and what is wrong? And I just hit the microphone with that. But seeing as though he has previous knowledge, I'm pretty sure it will come into major help. So awesome. And awesome fight scene so far. Quick. I love the honorifics that they were using for that, right? For that little showdown. Particularly because both of them address their full name and their last name, right? And especially if you're going to go into battle or if you're into any form of martial arts, right? And you know that, like, it might be like a decisive battle or whatever it is. In some martial arts, you bow, you even state your name, right? Who you're fighting. I'm pretty sure that, like, if you're a knight or whatever, it is a knightly thing to do. It was interesting that, I guess for Elsa, it's a thing of, like, fighting your opponent and, like, recognizing that they're strong. But nonetheless, badass. Like, Reinhardt gets my, like, certificate, like, strong star certificate of badassery right there. Guys, usually I tend to ignore my feelings when I'm watching anime and, like, wait for it to, like, reveal itself. But why do I have a feeling that Elsa's not dead? Uh, just the music, the way that everyone's acting, they're raising that death flag for me that, like, she's still alive. Alright, let's continue. Let's hope I'm wrong. I called it. I called it, guys. Oh, shit. Oh, she's angry. Ooh. Yeah. Whoa. She's so into this disemboweling stuff. I called it, guys. I knew, guys. I had a feeling like they were just playing it off too well. Like nothing bad had happened. Everything was cheerful and everything. And now I feel like Subaru actually got hit. I still don't know yet. But with that being said, Elsa, aside from showing that she's an assassin and true to her word, right? Not showing like empathy, or not even showing any signs of empathy towards like her kills, right? When she killed Subaru that one time where she was like slowly, 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 like, you know, telling him that like she wants him to die slowly or whatever, right? And like just being so fixated on killing everyone, right? So here's the thing: she might be, you know, mass murderer or murderer or whatever, right? Like super famous for her crimes, as Reinhardt stated. But I would not classify her as a narcissistic murderer, only because it doesn't seem as though the murders are like, how do you put it, in a grandiose self about herself. Like, you know, when she was fighting Reinhardt, she never stated to be seen as God or as something like that, right? Is she psychopathic? If she was born like this, yes, I would assume so. However, if she was like, if something happened that changed her like this, then I would say that, like, you know, I don't know, I'd have to go with psychopathic tendencies for this. Let me know what you guys think as well, because she definitely on the antisocial personality disorder spectrum in this whole case, just from what I've seen off of her. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Let's hope. Oh, that is so innocent. Oh. Okay, Emilia. I will stop it right there. That is so pure. Can you imagine, you know, dying, coming back, and like out of the run-throughs, not really knowing the person that you're clearly crushing on their name or whatever, and then finally, after everything that's gone through, for her to go ahead and say that her name is Emilia or open up like that, that must be really heartwarming for Subaru. Like, he's finally doing something right. And just watching that through, is like, that just hits a heartstring, man. That's cool. That's cool on both sides. にしてもスバル、よく無事だったね。そいつでとっさにガードしたかんな。それがなきゃ今頃は胴体真っ二つだ。そうだね。これがなければ。あれ？やばい。これ俺にも先が読めた。No. 焦ったりしててもマジ可愛いな。No. 異世界ファンタジー。Does he have to do this all over again, guys? Just when I thought he actually got the good route. Oh, that's rough, dude. That is rough. 大事なもんなら今度から取られねえようにちゃんと隠せよ。あなたにその忠告されるのってへんてこな気分ね。What? Whoa, 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 Reinhardt. Whoa, what are you doing? なんてことだ。
君の名前は？フェルトと。仮名は？
What? Guys, what's going on? That's just super weird. Yeah.
エミリア様、先ほどのお約束は守れなくなりました。彼女の身柄は自分が預からせていただきます。理由を聞いても？
Yeah, why? What's it?
それも決して小さくない罪ですが、今こうして目の前の光景を見過ごすことの罪深さと比べれば。
What's going on, dude?
すぎません。ついてきてもらいたい。すまないが拒否権は与えられない。ふざけ、助けたからってあんま調子に乗んな。
My dude, pulling a Cosby there. Alright guys, and that brings us to the end of episode 3. What can I say other than it was an action-packed episode? But before I get into that, Reinhardt grabbing Felt, right? Then, you know, there's a couple things that have my curiosity right off the bat. Number one was being the way that, like, he just went for it. Like, he wasn't I don't know how to put it. It was completely out of character, so whatever she was holding is clearly important, right? Number two, being that, like, as I mentioned before, Felt was not going to take that lightly. She, like, you know, I mentioned in the model that, like, if Reinhardt tried to take her as an example, I can't believe it actually came back to play. So you guys were like, you know, I feel really confident in some of the things that I called, but him grabbing her like that, her reaction to him proved, like, that there was a lot of circumstances that are happening. So I wonder what the significance of the insignia is, and, you know, what it means and what, like, she has to offer because of that, right? So interesting though was, like, the ending of this whole thing was, like, staring calmly at the moon. For some reason that just stood out as both of them, like, gazed up or whatever. I wonder if there's, like, you know, play with that, what that means to them. Because I know it was nighttime in Subaru's world, because when he was at the grocery, like, marketplace, right? When everything changed, and when he came to this world, apparently there was, like, a full moon again in this world when stuff changes, right? Granted, I do realize that by the end of it he was alive, because, like, they're taking him home. So interesting, really, really cool, awesome fight scenes. I was, like, flabbergasted a majority of the time. And yeah, no, there wasn't really much for me to go ahead and dissect this episode. However, that doesn't mean that there will be future episodes to come where I'll just fully dissect everything that's happening. I hope you guys liked the video. And yeah, no, as I said, upcoming next is going to be some more ReZero, followed by some Death Note, and then an anime, Mob Psycho, and whatever anime you guys throw out there. I'll go ahead and put it into a list. Or any other videos. But with that being said, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great day. Practice some self-care. Love yourself. And last but not least, you know, if you guys are having trouble, reach out to a family member. Reach out to someone you love. And just make sure that you're okay. Have a great day, guys.